like. Um, we want to be on here. We want to have someone watch us because we need watch hours. Um, so it looks like someone's on there. We should have one person on there. Uh, it's not giving us the credit. This is. Well, let's hope someone jumps on. Where's Chester? Chatty Chester. He's got to get here. We don't know where he is. He's run off, we think. Chester's run off with the deacon's wife. He's not here today. Yes, he's meeting with the Dundalk Council. That's right. And the NFL commissioner and all the commissioners. Miami is screwed on the schedule big time. I don't know if it's conspiracy, but they already played the London game. Why do they have to go back? Oh, we can't jump to that conclusion about Bill Belichick because he's slick. Yeah. No. You're not going to win the Super Bowl with Mac Jones. I'm telling you, there's nothing Bill Belichick wants to do more than win the Super Bowl. He wants to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, but the season doesn't begin, and if you think you can figure out Bill Belichick, even at this stage, he wants to win the Super Bowl because he wants to win when without Tom Brady. If you think he can, if not with Mac Jones, that's not who it's going to be. Well, didn't turn out that way. Yeah. Well, that's why. Don't worry. He got this. I wouldn't jump to conclusions about the Patriots. Well, he did make he did do the impossible and made Tom Brady seem like only the second biggest person in the NFL. Second biggest dumb or dishonorable Patriots quarterback. All right, let's see what New England's doing this year. Yeah, but that's not how he looks at it. He wants to win the Super Bowl. I'm telling you that that if you think Bill Belichick does not win the Super Bowl, you crazy. He's probably not going to, but he's got a few tricks up his sleeve. Well, here's who they play. Week 1, they play the Eagles at home. And week 2, they play the Dolphins at home. At night, Sunday night, they play the Dolphins at home. Week 3 at New York. Week 4, so 3 of their first. No, they play at Dallas, so they're playing all these teams. They're playing the Saints at home, the Raiders on the West Coast, the Bills. We actually have a listener, so we got to be. I'm trying to Buffalo at New England, Week 7, 1 o'clock. That's going to be a big game, and then 1 o'clock at Miami, Week 8. That's going to be a big game. Then they got some easy games. Commanders at home, Colts at home, at the Giants, Chargers at home, at Pittsburgh, Denver. Oh, they play Kansas City on Monday night, December 18th, but both teams will probably be decided by then. The last game is at home against the Jets, and then Week 17, which is really the last game of the season as far as everybody's concerned, on December 31st, while the Ravens and Dolphins are playing. New England's at Buffalo. So Mac Jones is not a good quarterback, and he is not a good sportsmanship. All right, now who is good? Let's check on Buffalo. Peter King's been correct on 5 of the last 50 Super Bowls. It's the Patriots schedule. Let's find another team. Belichick. Bella pick up the check. That's what I always heard. He always picks up the check and hands it to somebody else. Just joking, everybody. All right. That's them. Let me see. For the Buffalo Bills, well, don't you worry. He'll be all right. The Bills are so up about their schedule. The regular season for the Bills at Jets, Ravens, Raiders. You can buy tickets still for the Raiders game, week 2, for the Bills. That's weird. At Washington, then to Miami, and then Jacksonville, and then the Giants. At New England, this is Buffalo's schedule looks pretty easy. To the one person watching us, we thank you. You're our first live streamer. We're very proud of you. Tampa Bay week 8. Cincinnati, Jets at Eagles on November 26th. That'll be a good game. This is Buffalo. And they end their season with Miami. Who else we want to know? Kansas. Might as well just check Kansas City, see what they know. No, you know who I want to see? I'm going to check the Jets. No, it's Buffalo. We don't want Buffalo. Who do we say we want the Jets? We have two on. Hello. Thank you for joining us. We are going over the schedules. Fezzi will be here soon to break down Miami's schedule. We're looking at right now. I am here, and I am trying to see what the Jets' schedule is going to be. Well, since we have a new person, I'm going to go back over to see how the Ravens' schedule is. Oh, I wanted to go see the Jets because of Aaron Rodgers, but I guess that's not necessary. I'm going to go find out and see what the Ravens got going on. Now, hold on now. Well, we won. We're staying live until we're not. Let's see. Ravens. Here we go. Now we're talking Ravens. Whoever got on here, you're gonna hear some Ravens. Regular season 1, first game, September 10th, 1 p.m. Love the 1 o'clock games in the fall and September. They're awesome. The field looks beautiful. The weather's great. They open against the Texans. Let's say they win that. I know the irritating thing is when people try to call games now when the schedule first came down, but you can't help yourself. You just can't help yourself. At Cincinnati at 1 o'clock, that's going to be great. It's 1-1. Colts at home, another 1 o'clock game, September 24th. That's 2-1. At Cleveland, well, let's see. At Cleveland, let's say 3-1. At Pittsburgh, 3-2. These are all Sunday 1 o'clock games. And then we get to they got to travel on October 8th. They play Pittsburgh at 1 at Pittsburgh, but then this game must be in England. It's at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That don't sound like no American stadium I've ever heard of. So they play the Titans in London. I think that's London. And that sucks because that messes up the whole time. But then they play Detroit at home, and Detroit's going to be much better because they've really gotten their act together. They should be much improved, and that'll be a good game. Here comes your first mortal lock trap game at Arizona. 2 weeks after coming back from London, out there in the desert at 4 o'clock. No, I don't like it. They're going to lose that. But then they come back, and Seattle has to come all the way from the West Coast and play the game at 1 o'clock. So I give Seattle, they'd probably be able to beat Seattle and be able to beat Cleveland at home and be able to beat, 4 days later, they play Cincinnati at home on a Thursday night. That sucks. And then at the Chargers, week 12, that's difficult. And then they come all the way back, and the Rams have to come all the way from there to play Sunday at 1 o'clock. So let's see, 11. I guess their bye is between they don't play the Sunday after. I guess week 13 is their bye. Um, Week 14, they play the Rams at home. Then they're at Jacksonville, at San Francisco. That's difficult. And then Miami on week 17, on the last day of the year, uh, at home at 1 o'clock. On the last day of the calendar year. And the last game of the season is Pittsburgh at home. But their fate will have been settled by then. So who else do we want to see? I'll redo Miami since we have more people jumping on. I should look at Miami, yeah. This is now Dolphins time. We're still waiting for Fezzi to make an appearance. He's the man that knows the information. I'm just a second tradesperson. I don't know football like he do. I just have my gut. I go by my gut. Let's see what we got for Miami. Miami. Hold on now, everybody who's on here. We're going to check the Dolphins schedule. And then we're going to check FanDuel, what they did. Here's the Dolphins. Got hosed. Dolphins got hosed. Again. Let's face it. The Dolphins got effed. But if they're a good team, they'll step up. So, okay, I'll go through one more time and then I'm going to go look at FanDuel's predictions. Dolphins start at Chargers. That's rough. That's a lot of traveling. Then at New England. That's a division game. 2 home games. 2 road games in a row. And then Denver at home. And then at Buffalo. 3 of the first 4 games are on the road. Then Giants, Panthers, at Philadelphia. Then New England at home. Then at Kansas City. This is a difficult schedule. Week 10 bye. The Raiders at home. The Jets at home. This is a kind of a break part of the season. The second, the 3/4 of the season part. They play they play like at Commanders, the Titans, the Jets, Dallas at home, and of course they play the Ravens here on the last calendar day of the year, and the Bills they end up at home. So they have a grueling stretch that ends with November 5th at Kansas City in England, it looks like. Or, no, in Germany, Deutsche Bank Park. Must be Germany. And then they go from week 12, it's Jets, Commanders, Titans, Jets, Dallas. So it's how they recover from being on the road in Germany or whatever that is. Okay. Now let's go to see what FanDuel is doing on bets for teams. Here's the FanDuel website. FanDuel. All right, here we go. FanDuel. All right. Sportsbook. How y'all doing on this lovely night in May? It's a big day because all the schedules come out, the wheres and the whens. When we already knew the who's and the what's. Now we know the wheres and the whens. All right, let's see what they have here for the National Football League and FanDuel. They don't make it easy circumventing around their site, and they don't want to make it easy, I guess. We have the NFL, all right, we have football, and we have NFL odds. They already have odds for the first game. Chiefs are 6.5 points favorites against the Lions. Well, I might take that bet. Opening day, weird things happen. Now let's see if I can get win totals. We want to get win totals here. Yeah, they got all these games, yeah. Wow. The Ravens on the first game are, let's see, the Ravens are 9.5 point favorites against the Texans at opening day. The Chargers are 2 point favorites against the Dolphins on opening day. What I'm trying to get is team wins. What are they saying now for these teams? Let me see if I can get team wins. If you're going to bet, we say bet FanDuel. Why? Because they're the best. Okay, here we go. This is the interesting one. You can't really call games game by game at this stage because anything can happen. We don't know what they're going to be. But now we have what we want. The over and the unders. And here it goes. The Ravens. Over under. The Ravens over under is 8.5. I'll take the over for the Ravens. 8.5. Let's see, for the Dolphins over under 9.5. The Dolphins are 9.5 over under. What do you take, over or under? So over under, let's see. New England over under is 7.5. The Ravens is 8.5. Yeah, that seems like a sucker's bet, but it was pretty close last year. Let's see, who do we got here? I don't. This is here's a bet I would take, and I usually want teams to do well, but the Jets over under is 9.9 and a half, 9.5. I bet the under on that. What is it? What the bet? When did the Jets ever win? How are the Jets going to win 10 games? Well, the Jets are 10. The Jets are over under is 9.5, 9.5, and the Patriots over under is 7.5. Here might be another over under. The Eagles are over under 10.5. Well, if they don't win 11 games, man, they've cratered somehow. I'll take the Ray. I'll take that. I'll take the Eagles. I'll take the Dolphins. I'll take the Ravens, and I'll go under on the Jets. Let's see. They got the Texans win. They got the Texans at 5.5. I fell for it before. Let's see the Bills. What do you think the Bills? Take a guess on what they have for the Bills. I haven't seen it yet, but I bet you the Bills they have like 14.5 for the Bills probably. Oh no, I'm just kidding. I'm saying that's what they. You know how they love the Bills. No, 10.5 for the Bills over under. The Chiefs are the Chiefs are over under 11.5. That might be a sucker's bet too. Who has the lowest? I don't really know prop bets. All right, now. Yeah, it looks like a lot of good bets here. I mean, I don't even know who's any good this year other than the Kansas as a city. All right, let's see NFL odds. They have the NFL odds, but they're not making it clear where you get the. They got the XFL. I don't think that counts. NFL team odds. What is this? What is this here? Over under. All right, it's difficult to see here. They're trying to make predictions on uh, prop prop bets, as they call them. Um, it's hard to circumvent through this line here, but we shadow. All right, this is it. Um, they don't make it easy, Sam. This is live from Baltimore, by the way. This is late night Baltimore. It's not that late, but it's Baltimore. Um, let's see. While we're here, I'll give you an update on the Orioles. And when Fezzi comes on, we'll clock off for a second. So I can do this. With these shades, Todd, to circumvent over the computer. I guess the Orioles are off tonight. They play tomorrow night. Here, though, against the Pirates.
People, sports people,
May 12th.
like they're getting paid. The commentary, they got more. They get more cover than Trump gets on Fox. All they have to use is keywords, and you can never be blamed for anything. One, if they're wrong, it was a rumor.
May 12th. On Friday, they played Camden Yards.
Yeah, they played Sunday, 14th is a giveaway. Pirates.
Yeah, they're giving away to Pirates.
We can do our thing. Pat might want to come.
What time is it?
No, Pat wants to come because Pittsburgh is his hometown. It's 13.
Did you want to take over soon?
Well,
We have two people on.
I'm going to. Oh, well, I was going to go out and get some.
Oh, yeah, go out and get some beverages. I drank all the whiskey.
Well, I guess we'll have to call.
Yeah, get some beverages. And when you return, you can take the spot. Who is it? I really don't want alcohol. I'm just kidding. Oh, I like Coke and stuff.
Okay.
Um. Yeah, I like a soda.
You like the regular Coke?
Ah, yes, I like the regular Coke.
You don't want Coke Zero?
No, I don't want a Coke Zero. The only thing Coke Zero has is zero flavor.
Yeah,
Um,
Steven's friends. Steven's friends convinced the Coke Zero tastes the same.
well, now we're still live here, so
Oh,
we won't say names.
I'm just saying,
Um,
more than one friend.
I just don't understand why it's so hard to find prop bets. As long as we have teams and we have the AFC. And let's check this. On the NFL, FanDuel for the NFL is a surprising favorite, they say. That usually means somebody you don't like. When they say surprising favorite, all right, the list of MVP odds. Throwing around names, the obvious, the usual suspects: Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Tua and Jalen Hurts are tied for fifth for MVP odds. Mahomes, let's see. Josh Allen's the favorite. Mahomes is second. Burrow and Mahomes are tied for second. Justin Herbert is fourth. Then Tua and Jalen Hurts are tied for fifth.
Yeah.
I don't know why Justin Herbert
Justin Herbert.
is fourth. Herbert's odds are 2000 are
Without kids.
Aaron Rodgers is 10. Justin Herbert is Philip Rivers, who practices uses protection. Oh, that's wrong. I'm just kidding on Philip Rivers. He's a great. I'm sure he's a wonderful person. All right, let's see. Allen is currently the favorite. Mahomes. Well, I think I'd always bet on Mahomes because uh, really he probably will win it. But after Tua and Hurts are tied, and then there's Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Lamar is ninth, Aaron Rodgers is 10th for FanDuel's odds for MVP. Uh, let's see what FanDuel prop bets for Tua in 2023. I apologize. I can't figure out how to get on the chat part of this thing. Handle prop bets for Tua stats. If it ain't, let's see. Prop bets. Tua, MVP. No, DraftKings gives MVP a chance for comeback player, but I don't really see how he could be the comeback player of the year. And points bet puts Tua as the offensive player of the year, top odds. Um, let's see. Tua said Wednesday that he considered retirement in the off season, but he says to prioritize training. And he's got them new helmets. Let's see. Well, let's go look at what other people are saying. Let's look at the Big O show. See what they say. The Big O show. The Big O show.
Tua looks like he's put on at least 20 pounds of muscle.
20 pounds of muscle.
Way bigger than
That's pretty good.
you can take it, find his tape. He's very cool.
Um, let's see. Tua is the Hulk, for all intents and purposes. I also heard that Lamar is all happy. All has been forgiven. And that's just the way we want it. Oh, I'm not supposed to be on the picture. Oh crap! I got myself here. That's all right. It's only a second now. I'm back. So it looks like the league thinks that the Chiefs and Bills will be the top teams, as well as the Dolphins and the Eagles. Because if you're giving their quarterback MVP, then you're looking for good things. Also, they're giving a lot of goodwill towards the Jaguars, which is fair. And then in the inexplicable team that everybody seems to like is the Jaguars. I mean the Chargers with Justin Herbert, which um, I think he may be a little tad overrated. I don't see that what he's done that is so spectacular. I mean, you play in San Diego, you should be having some good stats. The weather's always nice. Wait, they're in Los Angeles. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. They play in that big stadium. They have to share it. I guess he's pretty good, but I don't know as good as they seems to be a favorite amongst the NFL people. Um, yeah. So let's see. Let's do some look on. Let's see what does let's see what does the Big O think Dolphins win record will be? Well, everybody gets all angry when you do this. They make fun of people. They say, I'm not going to do that stupid thing where you go game by game. That's ridiculous. Well, yeah, of course it's ridiculous. But it's fun to do. you see the games, the schedule really does have a lot to do. Not just who you play. Um. Okay. The Dolphins already have 15 of their games have already been given point spreads, and the Dolphins by Caesar's booking the Dolphins in the point spreads for no, that's not it. 2023. Let's go for predictions for Dolphins. All right. He says, what does Tua stand for his individual stats? Let's see. Tua went to consensus ranking. All right, let's go around the league. Let's see what the Baltimore Sun says about the schedule. The Baltimore Sun. The Baltimore Sun. The Baltimore Sun says what do they say? Now we only have one on. The Baltimore says 4 primetime games, including Christmas at 49ers, 25,442 travel miles, and a trip to London. This is as told to us from the Baltimore Sun. Okay, this is that, and then this is a new tab. We give credit where credit is due. They've done the research. I'm really trying to work on my style. I'm trying to reek of success. Instead, I've been told I reek of something else I can't repeat. All right. Now, what we see here is anyone watching us now? A lone figure, but you're a visionary, I must say. I didn't suppose being the only one watching this isn't a great thing, Yes, we got. Should be 2 watching us now. Um. Yeah. Oh, now we got two. Now we got two. Yeah. The Orioles have had a great season so far. Um, the Ravens and the Dolphins are going to have good seasons so far. The Chiefs are going to be the favorite, and the Bills and the Bengals are the top teams in the AFC, no doubt. The NFC is a little more complicated. I don't know if Philadelphia, they gave the game away, if you ask me, and you didn't, against the Chiefs. No defense at all, no defensive adjustments. Now, we can't have, every game can't be 42 to 41 and think that that's great football. It's exciting sometimes to see great offensive plays. But the best game that the most intriguing game, compelling game that I've seen in the last 3 years to me, and it was the Bills Patriots game where New England didn't pass. I don't think maybe one time in the third quarter, and that was because the wind was so bad, and they ended up winning it as a defensive game. Uh, the NFL says it's worked on new helmets for it to do something about the concussion problem. I haven't looked into that much yet. I really wish they'd get rid of these games into other uh, places. I don't think that seeing the game, having the game in your country, is making you more or less compelled to watch it. I don't. I mean, it hasn't worked, and I don't think it'll work. I think broadcasting um, the games into these countries, maybe having those countries have their own broadcasters. Maybe that's what they do already. That can talk better. Can speak better to the cultures that are watching the games. Uh, and go to places where you don't think you're not thinking people will take to it. I would go to all over the globe. I would try to have local broadcasters broadcasting the games, people from those countries speaking to the people in those countries, broadcasting the game because they would know what would appeal. I don't know if that's how they do it anyway. I don't know. The NFL works in mysterious ways. And we have another person. So we have a third person joining us, and we're appreciative of it. Welcome. I wish I knew how to do the chat, but I haven't figured that out yet. But I appreciate everyone coming on here. We try to do a lot on this podcast. We have a lot of creative content, and we do have a lot of unique takes on the NFL that other people don't seem to have. It seems like these same takes take a while to get into the rest of the football world. But I guess the best team in the NFC. Let's see the NFC. I really haven't a clue as the NFC's teams. I know San Francisco might be good, but who's their quarterback? That poor kid that they made go out and play, even though he was should have been in a hospital. I don't know why nothing was ever made of that on the 49ers. What's that kid's name? What was that kid's name on the 49ers? The injured guy. He had kind of a funny, unique name. I can't think of it, though. What was his name? The 49ers quarterback who got hurt? Oh, Purdy. Something Purdy. Rock Purdy. He got hurt, and they made him go back in. I don't understand that. Um, let's see what FanDuel says, or let's see what the Miami Herald says about the Brock Purdy was pretty hurt, and they made him go back, and nobody.
And now it's going to affect it when he can come back.
Yeah, and nobody says anything.
He couldn't even lift his arm.
The Dolphins lost the draft choice, and
Put Kyle Shanahan at the top.
and nobody says anything about Kyle Shanahan doing what he did.
You just keep Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, they can't make a player go out.
Just put
You know, it's live. You're being seen live.
You just put the long snapper in. That quarterback can't lift his arm.
Yeah, I don't understand why they let that.
Severe injury.
All right, the Miami Herald. What do they say on the newly released schedule? The Herald has.
I guess Kyle Shanahan has money on the Eagles.
Well, the Dolphins will open the seasons against the Chargers. We already said they'll play 5 nationally televised games. That's not a good thing. Don't like them. Don't like nationally televised games.
Yeah. You gotta put a Friday.
They're trap games.
Put a Friday.
They play a Friday game.
Jet game is one of the Jet games Friday.
And why?
Black Friday.
Oh, I see that week. Okay. So what Miami is saying is that the Herald is saying about the Dolphins' release schedule is that the Dolphins are now very popular. They're a nationally popular team, and so they're getting a lot of prime time matchups. They play some Sunday night games, and they play the Eagles, and that'd be a great game. I don't care who you are. But a lot of road games to start. I don't understand that as well. Maybe they think it's too warm in Miami in September. And let's go to Buffalo's media. What are they saying about their team? We now have no viewers, you know. Now we have 2. Okay, so the Bills, what's their predictions? Let's see. This website is Miami. Miami Herald is predicting Buffalo's game by game prediction. Let's see. They have them beating the Jets. They have them beating the Commanders. They have them beating the Raiders. All of the first 2. They have them at 3-0 at week 3. Then playing Miami. They have them Miami winning. So they have them at 3-1. Let's see. They have them at 3-2 after 5 games, losing at Jacksonville. 5-2 at New England, week 7. Week 8, 6-2. 6-3 at the Bengals, losing. Let's see. 7-3 after beating all the way up to November. Beating the Broncos. 8-4 after 12 games. They're off to the week 13. Let's see. They have them 8-5. This is a lot of losses for Buffalo. 9-5 after 14 games. 11-5 after week 17, And then week 18 at Miami, they this is a Miami newspaper, and they're giving Miami they're giving the last game to the Bills and giving them a record of 12-5. Interesting. All very, very, very interesting. Well, look at this. Look who it is. Look who's coming to put a prediction. Come on. Up here. What I can say further is that, we're not that far away from the season. It's almost the end of May. It'll be June, and then July, and then 2 months. It's coming around. It's coming back around. Come on. You want to come in here? This live streaming stuff is kind of cool. Well, I'm going to log off now. Let's see, at 10 o'clock. What time is it? It is now 9:44. At 11 o'clock, Fez will come on and give you all his opinions on a whole lot of subjects, and some maybe you don't even want to hear. Okay. And I shall now sign off for this, our first ever podcast that is live streaming. I'll go check it out. Okay. Come back at 11 o'clock.